Can I have your attention? If anyone has an empty chair in between them, if you can scoot over and make room, we still have a few other people we're expecting to come in. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I suppose I should slow down a little bit. My name is Paul Surrett. I'm the campus administrator for Maritime Business College, and I want to welcome you here this afternoon for our graduation. I'd ask if you please stand for O Canada. Thank you. Please remain standing for the procession of our graduates. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Well, she's got more wind than I would have had. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Paul Surratt. I'm the principal at Maritime Business College, and I want to take a moment to welcome our guest, MBC faculty and staff, family, friends, and those watching online, and in particular you, the graduates. I want to begin by acknowledging that we are on Mi'kma'ki, excuse me, ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Territory is covered by the treaties and Treaty of Peace and Friendship with Mi'kmaq and the Maliseet people, first signed with the British Crown in 1725. So here we are. Last year, this time, we were here with a COVID graduation. The hopes and plans were that we were going to see 2021 graduates and in a different state, but again, here we are at the same conditions. It's been a struggle. It's been a challenging year for some, I am sure, both with physical challenges, emotional challenges, and just the fact of learning online and having that struggle. It's obvious by you sitting here today that you've achieved the goals that you've set. And as Woody Allen has said about success, is 80% of success is just showing up. So it's obvious that over the last year, you, the graduates, have showed up, and you've done well. There may have been times where you thought that you were working this on your own, and it may have felt like that. However, I can assure you that as frustrated as you may have been with virtual learning at the college, there were a number of people who were just as frustrated or even more so frustrated than you. But because these people were invested in your careers and because of the support they want to provide for you, they worked just as hard as you to provide that education. So I'd like the graduates to, I'd actually like the instructors to stand, please. Thank you. I'd also like to acknowledge another group of people who were supportive during your education. For obvious reasons, you've invited someone here today. Whether they were a supporter, you just wanted to fill the seat, I'm not sure. But obviously they meant enough to you that you wanted to make sure they were here. So please, a round of applause to acknowledge them as well. So as I said, you achieved goals, you set goals. There were things that didn't happen this year. The muffin Wednesdays, or the cupcake Wednesdays, the challenges that Brittany would have brought to the campus. Although when you guys weren't around, we did do human bowling, but I mean, that would have been a bit of a challenge with everybody who was there. But through this year, you have put an effort towards your goals and you've achieved them. And we've got a lot to go through today, so I'm just going to leave these passing words because as we go from here into the next step of your career, remember what Theodore Roosevelt said. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Thank you. So for those of you following along at home, the next thing on our agenda is we have guest speaker. Quintrell Provo is our guest speaker today, and Quintrell is the founder of Stop the Violence, Spread the Love, an initiative that advocates for peace, ending gun violence, and improving the lives of black youth in Halifax. Quintrell has also been named to an international list of the 100 most influential people of African descent under the age of 40. The first African Nova Scotian honoree to make this prestigious list. Provo has also received a Senate of Canada 150 medal, was chosen to meet Barack Obama during his 2019 visit to Halifax, and won the Indomitable Spirit Award at Nova Scotia's Courage to Give Back in the 2020 awards. However, of all his accomplishments, I have to believe that his most proud accomplishment is that he is an MBC alumni. Quintrell graduated the paralegal program. But in all seriousness, Quintrell, please come to the stage and give us some words of wisdom.
That is my most proud accomplishment. Where's the wisdom? What can I say to you guys? You guys graduating in a pandemic. You guys made it here. My story, my journey started 2012. I lost a close cousin to violence. I wanted to be a lawyer, I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to be a basketball player. That happened, changed my journey. I decided to take my grief, my hurt, my pain, and turn it into something to make a difference in the lives of others. So I started Stop the Violence. It was going great, everything was going good, and then I started speaking in schools, and I would take an officer to the schools with me. Noticed that the kids wouldn't speak or say anything, so I was like, Quintrell, you gotta learn the law. Here comes Maritime Business College. So I went to Maritime Business College, took paralegal, just to learn law, so I didn't have to take an officer into the classrooms to better stop the violence. It was a big, played a big part into opening doors for me. After I graduated, I did my placement at the public trustees office, and then I got a position as a records clerk at the Crown Attorney's office in Dartmouth. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm good here. I got a good job, got a pension. Everyone wants pension, right? So, basically, that didn't stop there. You know, I put my resume out. Veteran Affairs called, Veteran Affairs Canada, and ended up going to Veteran Affairs, and that's where I'm at today, being able to take my diploma that I thought I was going to be at a law firm and get into the federal government and be able to, you know, do what I do. So my journey and what I can tell you guys, it was not what I was planned for my life. I was born 2 pounds, 14 ounces, collapsed lungs, open arteries, heart murmur, heart arrhythmia, and the doctors told my parents that I was not going to make it. And back then, I'm a little over to 30, but back then, parents couldn't stay with you at the hospital. So my parents had to go all the way back to East Preston, all the way back to the hospital every day for 2.5 months. And I come from a religious background, and so they prayed every day, and they said, one day you're going to live with purpose. And I never found my purpose until 2015. And my purpose was making change and making a difference in the lives of others. So, what I can tell you as graduates, whatever position that you're going to take on, wherever you go, make sure that you make the best of it. Whatever interaction you have with someone, that could change their day. I had a speaking engagement last week for Apple Canada, and I had to tell the employees a funny story. I went in Foot Locker last week to get a pair of Snickers, and usually when you go into stores, people are trying to sell you stuff. So I asked the girl, I was like, yo, I put them on, I was like, do these look good? She's like, no, you look like you got clown feet. And I was like, oh. I was like, I really wanted these shoes. I've been looking at them for 2 months. She's like, listen, I'm being honest. I'm not trying to make a sale. You look like you got clown feet. So I started laughing, but I was having such a bad day, and that interaction changed my whole mood. I ended up buying another pair of Snickers, and I ended up giving her a tip when she went on her break. I told her, I got $20 for you. But that interaction changed my mood for the rest of the week. So whatever you're going to do in life, make the best and give the best impression. It doesn't matter who you come in contact with. I try and make the best of every interaction with anybody I come in contact. I was sitting here talking to this young man right here, and we were having a great conversation. I was like, I'm telling you my whole speech. But I love interacting with people. So I've been able to accomplish a lot of things in life. You know, go to United Nations for Top 100, meet Barack Obama, do all of this. But my greatest accomplishment is being able to change and impact lives. That's something that will go on for generations. So, guys, when you go into the world, find your purpose. When you wake up every day, you want to love going to do what you do. And if you don't love what you're doing, you got to find the purpose. Because there was a lot of times in my life where I was waking up and I was going to a job that I didn't love, and I was just getting to work wanting to get off. But now I wake up every day loving to go to work, loving to be able to come in contact with people and make a difference. So, if I can leave you with one thing, I want everyone in here to put your hand over your heart. Do you feel your heartbeat? That's called purpose. You're here for a reason. Don't forget it. When you come in contact with someone, make it the best impression that you can. You don't know whose lives you are impacting. And I've been able to, fortunate that people have been able to tell me that I've impacted their lives, and I'm humbled by that. But I just try to be the best person I can be. So go into the world and be the best version of yourselves. Thank you.
So now comes to our valedictorian. We had a lot of candidates who did an excellent job, and as did the winner. But in trying to think about something to say to introduce our valedictorian, I wasn't sure, so I reached out to her instructor, and she provided me with a few things to say. But she assured me that any of her students will get the same list. So our valedictorian, Allie Ernst. Allie earned the privilege of speaking today because she worked diligently to become this year's class valedictorian. Allie can be best described as humble. Given all her accomplishments to date, one might think the opposite would be true. Allie continually focuses on striving to improve and reach beyond all limitations. 3/4 through her academic year, Allie was offered a full-time position with one of Nova Scotia's most prestigious residential design firms as a designer. She has been an inspiration to her fellow classmates, balancing full-time work and full-time school at the same time, while maintaining her professionalism and sense of humor. Allie, would you mind coming to the stage?
Fellow students, teachers, administrators, past and present, parents, loved ones, and guests. Thank you all for gathering here today to collectively celebrate the Maritime Business College graduating class of 2021. Today is certainly a day to be thankful, to celebrate our good fortune, to reflect back on the months of hard work that brought us to this point, and to look forward to the bright futures that lay ahead. I would like to briefly acknowledge our overwhelming privilege for being provided with the experience to attend MBC. We are truly fortunate to have been offered accessible, quality education. From my experience, I can confidently posit that NBC prides itself on the fact that it is welcoming to all people, regardless of gender, age, nationality, color of skin, or sexual orientation. Every valedictorian at every graduation ceremony firmly believes that the values imbued by their particular school experience are the ones best suited to the creation of graduates who will succeed in life. I am no exception. The task for me is to express as best I can what exactly it is about MBC that distinguishes its graduates from those of other colleges. MBC is one of the few colleges in the Maritime provinces that offers advanced career training, preparing graduates to enter the job market immediately upon completion of their degree. Students are taught the core skills relevant to their specific program of study, while simultaneously learning how to utilize their individual strengths to market themselves within their chosen field. It is the pursuit of expertise that brings us, and the opportunity to enhance, refine, and express that expertise that propels us to stay. That leads me to the first thing that I think distinguishes MBC graduates, and that is our dedication. Throughout the entirety of our educational journey, we have been facing a global pandemic that challenged us all in ways we could never have expected. The introduction of COVID-19 presented the world, and particularly academia, with daily hurdles that needed to be overcome. Not only did this virus force learning and working to be relegated to our homes, but it put tremendous strain on our individual commitment to self-growth and development. Though we could have allowed lockdowns, restrictions, and online learning to deter us from reaching our goals, our graduating class committed themselves to learning, despite all the obstacles that stood in our way. We chose to invest our time and effort into our education and dedicated ourselves to achieving excellence. As we gather here today, I think that we can give ourselves a well-deserved pat on the back for the dedication that fueled us through these trying times. Not only must I commend us students for our dedication, but it is absolutely necessary for me to give thanks to the hardworking instructors and staff at Maritime Business College. Without their dedication, we wouldn't be here today. Education and technology have historically been intertwined in many ways, but the introduction of COVID-19 forced the transition from in-class learning to online seminars. Teachers across the globe had to adapt to this new online medium by no choice of their own, despite the sleepy blank expressions staring back at you, the cat meowing hysterically in the background, and the chomping down on crunchy breakfast foods. You persevered and never gave up on us. Whether you were in your pajamas from the waist down or not, we will never know. But your commitment to us inspired us to commit to ourselves. Thank you doesn't even begin to cut it. I think there's another defining trait that identifies MBC graduates, and that is our passion. We committed ourselves to a challenging year of learning because we are passionate about our success. I'm not sure if this will resonate with any of you, but prior to enrolling at MBC, I felt a lack of purpose in my life. I was unsure of my career goals and wanted so desperately to figure out what my desired profession was. I really had no idea. I haphazardly started investigating college programs in the area that would provide me with some type of creative outlet. I sent out one email, and the next thing I knew, I had a tour of the MBC campus scheduled for the following day. The recruiter who guided my tour was knowledgeable, thorough, approachable, kind, and evidently passionate. 3 hours later, I was enrolled as a student, scheduled to start my degree in interior decorating in just 2 weeks' time. Somebody give Patty a raise. Now here we are, a year later, and what a whirlwind it all has been. Not to get too sentimental, but as a result of the diligence of my instructors, my peers, and that darn recruiter, I feel as though I have finally found my purpose. And not only my purpose, but I have finally discovered what I am truly passionate about. And that brings me to the last thing that I think distinguishes MBC graduates. Our shared college experience has forged friendships and working relationships that in many cases will be lifelong. Together, we have found our niche. We dove headfirst into an education that has prepared us to advance and prosper in our chosen fields. Together, we achieved our goals, and together, we will move forward and leave our mark. As graduates, we will carry MBC within us in whatever we do and wherever we go for the rest of our lives. As we head forth in the myriad directions we will follow, our dedication and our passion will distinguish us and will serve us well in all that we do. So congratulations, class of 2021. We made it.
So at this point in time, we're going to play our annual tradition, which is the video with pictures from the graduates over the last year. Just see if you can pick yourself out in the pictures. So anytime.
This is where the chapter ends. A new one now begins. Time has come for letting go. The hardest part is when you know all of these years when we were here are ending. But I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives. And now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. Where the water meets the land, there is shifting in the sand, like the tide that ebbs and flows. Memories will come and go. All of these years when we were here are ending, but I'll always remember we have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We say goodbye, we hold on tight to these memories that never die. We have had the time of our lives, and now the pages turn, the stories we will write. We have had the time of our lives, and I will not forget the faces left behind. It's hard to walk away from the best of days, but if it has to end, I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives. I'm glad you have been my friend in the time of our lives.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes
Thank you, James, for putting that together. And again, another memory for last year. If anybody wants a copy, just let James know, and I'm sure he'll sell it to you for a reasonable price. Who wants a diploma? I'm going to call Ian up to the stage. What we're going to do is, at this point here, we're going to awarding of the scrolls. Ian will call the class names, and we'll just have you line up over on this side. The instructors will come up. You come up on this side, a squirt of hand sanitizer. We've marked the spot because that's where the sniper can see you. Then you'll just come to there. They'll listen, we're a bubble. Handshakes, putting mascara on Greg's lapel. I mean, all that's okay if you want. All right. So, Ian.
All right, so I'll have everyone come up with your instructors. What I'm going to do for the first bit, I'll have the 2D, 3D animation, community support worker, veterinary technician, and information systems administrators all line up against the left wall over there, please. So Skylar and Matt, do you guys want to come up first? Okay, first to come across the stage will be Brock Beener. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay. Next, for community support worker, we'll have Paul Surratt come up. And paralegal class, can I get you to line up along the left wall now, please? Okay. Are there any veterinary technician students here? That would be a no. Then what we'll do is we'll also get the business administration and marketing. Why don't you also line up against the left wall? All right. So for the community support worker, Paige Jeffrey. Okay, for Information Systems Administrator, can I have Laura and Stephen Franks come forward, please? And graduates, what I'll get you to do is come closer because I'm going to probably need everyone's to hand me their slip now, so I make sure I don't butcher everyone's name. Just come on. Got it. It's good. All right. First, we'll have Lucas Lapierre. Shanu Muhammad. Jesse Costello. Thank you. Can I have the paralegal instructor, Lisa Moran, come forward, please? Oh, they're all in a row? Okay, thank you. And may I please have Andrew Muse come forward? Jane McRae. Jacinda Solomon. Right. Next, we'll do business administration. Jane Mason Brown. With honors. Waji Sarkis. Paige Baxter, with honors. Cameron Shea. Miles Virasak, with honors. Right, I'll get the veterinary assistants to line up against the left wall as well, please. When you're ready, Monica. Judy Paquin. Tara Moxham. Jillian Marmaluke. Taylor Guthrow. Georgette Gio Samuel. Jay Dunleavy with honors. Mandy Smedergal with honors. Karen Anderson. Oh, with honors. Jasmine Trider. Casey, I'll get you to come up as well, please. All right. Listen, Casey, if you want to come up. Nicole Mogensen. Jenny Cox. Randy Graham. Alyssa Bitar. Chloe Marquis. Jessica Bernard. Mitchell Beasley. Leah Walsh with honors. And Nadia Wiswell. Next, we will do interior decorating. I do want to apologize that when Randy came across the stage, that was also with honors. So I apologize for that. Courtney Hopkins with honors. Kristen Weil. Breeza Gabriel. Kylie Folkersmer with honors. Cassie Campbell with honors. Alexandra Ernst with honors. Alistair Wertman with honors. Kayla Winchester Hicks with honors. Zoe Doucette. Ariana Rodriguez with honors. Tanya Weber with honors. It's okay, it's okay. Shannon Lauriston with honors. Madeline Connors with honors. Riley Keelock with honors. Katie Jarrett with honors. and Felicia Jones with honors. May I please have James, Megan, and Paul come up for the counseling skills. And corrections and law enforcement, I'll get you to all line up against the left back wall there, please. Colleen Bezanson. Andrea Lamoureux with honors. Susan Allaby with honors. Hannah Burrows with honors. Nancy Malik. Siwa El Hakim. Sabrina Spur. Kiara McMullen with honors. Aaliyah Hamlin. Katie Roberts with honors. Brianna Dolan. Megan Cantor. Jamie Lynn Mader with honors. Mike Fluelling with honors. Stacy McDougall. Julia Ryan. Lexi Tompkins. Joshua Spencer with honors. Thank you. Krista Curry with honors. Evan Kozlowski. Ashley Ettinger with honors. Katie McDonald with honors. And Marcia Johnson. May I please have Greg, Pat, and Paul come up, please, for the Corrections and Law Enforcement. Three amigos, as they're known as. Ahmad Mohammed. Christopher Carter. Katie Fleming with honors. Cassie O'Coin with honors. Angie Scott with honors. Megan Hackett with honors. Marcia Sweeney with honors. Anita McKay with honors. Stacia Camo. Kayla Knott. Preston Canning with honors. Brandon Ryan. Luke Trahan with honors. Joe Pett Karandang. Shane Beck with honors. Amy Savell with honors. Cherish Connolly. Kayla York. Jeremy Osmond with honors. Natasha Gagnon with honors. Bethany LaPierre with honors. Shiloh Bryan with honors. Mona Aude with honors. Matthew Kelly. Noah Boudreau. Claudia Fulton. Madison Leslie with honors. Anna Benoit. Taylor McClellan. Xavier Major with honors. Leonard Olson with honors. Almost. Robert Greenslade. And Brady Gilby. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for our 2021 graduates. I want to invite Alicia to the stage to introduce just our next speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Alicia, the paralegal instructor. Graduates, families, faculty, staff, those watching from home. The person I would like to introduce to you next is someone who needs very little in the way of an introduction for some of us. He is a student ambassador and graduate of my very first group of students, all the way back in 2019. He was easily one of the most dedicated, determined, and hilarious students. If I'm being honest, he's even part of the reason I'm standing here as the instructor of the paralegal program at all. During my days of substituting for the instructor at that time, he was so eager to learn and was always making it fun to visit with his questions and relentless dancing. I couldn't resist being around his positive energy all the time and then unleashing it into the industry. He was truly the definition of the quote by Drew Dudley that I now post in my class. Work hard to make your grades extraordinary. Work twice as hard to make sure they are the least impressive thing about you. Without further ado, please welcome Jeff Stoneham Wilson.
Thank you, Alicia. Wow, there was a lot of y'all graduating today, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet so you can get out there and celebrate. So, thank you to Maritime Business College for letting me be a part of your special day. Like Alicia said, my name is Jeff Stoneham Wilson, and I graduated from the Maritime Business College with my paralegal diploma in 2019. So 2 years ago, I was in your shoes, and I still remember that sense of excitement and accomplishment and relief. But if I'm going to be completely honest with you, you all have even more reason to be excited that this day has finally come. Through unprecedented times, you've persevered and reached the finish line. Take a moment and think about that, but more importantly, savor this moment. During an international pandemic, you managed to keep your focus, do the work, and get her done. I cannot even begin to tell you how incredibly amazing this is. This is something that I, and I'm sure most of you, never would have thought would have happened in our lifetime. As if getting your post-secondary education isn't daunting enough, let's throw in COVID-19, all the restrictions, and the new normal when it comes to getting your education. Each of you who crossed the stage this afternoon have stories leading up to this point right here, right now. There have been sacrifices made, whether it be time away from your family, your friends, your spouses. They were made because you kept the focus on your end game. Let me tell you, folks, it just gets better from here. The big learning, however, is on its way. The learning where you get to take what you learned to school and put it to the test. This is when it gets fun, and this is when it gets hard. I was fortunate enough to do my OJT and then get hired with one of the oldest firms in Nova Scotia. I went from a classroom environment where I was super comfortable with Alicia and my peers into the real world. The first day I walked into Birchall's LLP, I could not believe the actual hustle and bustle of a real live law firm. It was one thing to learn the practical side of being a paralegal. It was another thing to all of a sudden have lawyers at my desk asking me to do stuff for them. You want to talk about a deer in the headlight look? Well, you're all going to be there, and trust me, it gets better. As you enter your respective fields, you will feel unprepared, scared, and a little lost. But you're going to be surrounded by people who were where you are, fresh out of school, eager to learn, and apprehensive. Remember, these are your peers, and they're here to help you navigate your way. They want you to be successful. The wealth of knowledge and experience they have will be invaluable to you. The best advice I can offer is be inquisitive, ask those questions, and be like a sponge and absorb everything. Just like choosing to get your diploma, you can choose how successful you will be. Build those relationships with your new peers and become that person who can be depended on. You are all on a new and exciting career path. Take the time to enjoy it. All of the blood, sweat, and tears have led you to this moment. So to quote Whoopi Goldberg, if you're willing to stand for what you believe in and do the hard work, you won't need any advice from me because you will be able to handle whatever comes. Now go out and be brilliant. So congratulations to the Maritime Business College class of 2021. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
So I want to take a minute just to thank everyone for being here this afternoon. Those of you who are here present, instructors, faculty from the college, parents and friends. Again, you supported your graduate in this last year as they went through and they achieved their goal. And today you're seeing the fruits of their labor. I'd ask you to stand as we have the recessional. We'll have the students again start from this end and just walk back, not walk backwards, but walk back the way that they came in. What we're going to do for graduates, we're going to put these balloons down over in the corner if you want to take some pictures. But as well, when you go back through here, remember to see Alicia and Monica for signing your gowns back in. Otherwise, you can't get your jacket. Okay? All right, thank you. We'll just start over here. Somebody watch her. There's still a few steps to go. Lift your feet, Megan. And thank everyone for being part of our celebration today. Thanks again.